Let's jump into this game right here, which is called Solar Plunk, and it's available for all platforms, even Nintendo Switch or Switch 2 here. But this is a fun little game if you like cozy and crafting and building. But this thing has a different, unique way or game itself. And I said this before, I'm not really much of a real cozy gamer kind of style. I'm getting more into it and I'm finding little hidden gems and exploring the game genre. So also too, if you are a cozy gamer in games like this, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know more of those type of games. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into Solar Punk here. And as you see here, and this is kind of like my first impression, by the way, of the game. It's not going to show every single detail of this particular game and all the things that you can possibly do, but for the most concepts, if you probably played like any kind of crafting or building games, you kind of already have an idea of what to expect of what things need to be done, survive, eat, build, homes, stuff like that. But it does have a unique way of going about it because you're going to be building your own little paradise in the sky. You do use or find like airships or like basically aircraft things that you would be building and connecting and just doing a lot of cool, unique little things for an indie game. But also, too, on a side note, in most games that do require crafting, I'll say this: you're going to be chopping down a lot of trees. So go for it. Start chopping as much trees because a lot of things are going to require like wood in the initial setup here. And also, too, at the same time, when you are chopping down the trees, you're going to get in like little basically trees to replant. You're going to crop kind of things and make sure you eat and drink water and stay hydrated. And yeah, so that's basically a little tidbit, if you will. And also, as you see here, the environment changes. But again, if you are someone who enjoys cozy games or you're curious about getting into them, then Solarpunk is one of the games that you're probably going to feel a nice little warm feeling to it, like kind of like jumping into it. You're not going to be stressed about it. It's a nice atmosphere. First thing that really stands out, like I was just saying, is the atmosphere. Instead of surviving in a dark, dangerous world filled with like monsters or constant pressure of just unknown who's gonna get you kind of thing. No, it's not. It's a very chill, relaxing environment. I love the color tone to it, if that makes sense. It's very nice and appealing. And that's kind of like one of the things I kind of starting to like about cozy games to it too as well. But also, as you see here too, you will come across like a little survival guide and kind of tells you some things that are going to be needed or what you're going to be using for and the items that are meant to be used. And you kind of start piecing things together and it kind of helps out a little bit here to kind of make the game a little bit more easier to kind of go with. But again, there are some things that I noticed too with the game itself. Hopefully it does patches up and maybe I'm just not doing it correctly, but when you put an item down somewhere, like in one of the gameplay I was playing is like when I was putting down like a candle on my workbench here, I couldn't move it to a different location. So a little side note to that. But the environment does get dark. You get little campfires, all that kind of stuff, but you will see. But yeah, it's a relaxing, eco-friendly, nice environment game. And some things why you should be playing, Solar Punk. It's a survival game without the stress, like most survival games or any kind of things consistently like, worrying about did you eat? Yes, you do got to eat, but it's not such a high impact to it. So, you'd be able to basically survive this game doing your essentials if you're new to playing this. Now, also coming back to it, you're going to be using a lot of like your tools to build and everything requires you to have something like a building hammer, a pickaxe, anything that requires you to like garden or farm. You're going to make sure that you have those available for it. And also to make a little chest to store your items. And yeah, it basically helps your inventory log kind of going on. But it builds nice. I mean, the whole environment, it does want you to explore the areas and, kind of just see what's around, which is very cool. And it's what it should be doing and allowing you to kind of like just go out there and see what it is and test and trial out your things and kind of figure out what's going to work for you. So Solarpunk takes a much gentle approach. You're still gathering resources, crafting and farming and building, but the experience feels more peaceful and then, punishing. You really get a chance to just enjoy your areas and have a nice little playthrough. Now, I am playing it on a PC, but I do feel like if I was going to get this for my Switch 2, this would be an awesome game to have because I just feel like being portable, cozy, get a chance to chill on the couch or take with you anywhere you go. It's a nice little experience, but nonetheless, like I said, building game feels a little bit more meaningful. The whole fantasy is creating your own paradise in the sky. You aren't just throwing together wood shacks or designing floating homes, automated farms, renewable energy systems, connecting your islands into something uniquely yours, which is really cool. I can't wait to get to that part of the game. But when you step back and look at what you've built, it feels rewarding because you're literally shaping the world around you. Kind of like you really get a chance to really just put everything together in your own way, and that's what's pretty cool about games like this. The airships are awesome. Like I said, I can't wait to get to that part of the game here to kind of see what that really reveals of the type of airships you're going to be connecting and building. But the moment you realize you travel between floating islands, you're using your own ships, your airships in the game, it starts to feel magical, which is pretty cool. Nice little touch to the game itself. Exploration is about danger, isn't about discovery. It's just overall just going out there and finding everything you possibly can. What's on the island, basically it's what your resources you can find, everything you need to put everything together. The vibe is real, it's there. Honestly, the gameplay is good, the vibes are nice, it's chill. So it's a different type of game, concept to it, but it's cool. The music, soft in-game music soundtrack is pretty nice. It's just really overall chill. The waterfalls, the cascading off of floating islands is really cool. Nice little touch to the environment. The game feels more optimistic than surprisingly rare these days. Like you're not feeling pressured or time crunched or anything like that. It's just really nice flow of things going forward. So, overall, who would like this type of game? If you like relaxing games after work, or you're just waking up, having a cup of coffee, kind of just chilling, then yes. You enjoyed building and decorating your games, like any kind of similar games or crafting and building, then yeah, you're gonna like this. Also too, like I just said, like if you like farming and automation, where you're kind of having things kind of work for you in the background, and when you come back to your next game things are growing or shaping or build, then yes, you're gonna like this. You want a survival game but without constant combat. It's not like that in this game. You love to explore and discover new places, which is nice, and yeah, you're gonna like this. But if you are a gamer or somebody that wants a little bit more fast pace of things and stuff like that, then chances are you're probably not going to really enjoy this type of game. But also, too, a side note to this, not to try to jump off course here, but a little pro tip here: if you are building certain things, it doesn't really explain much in kind of how you are piecing things here together. You kind of got to mess around with the controls and tools of what you need to do here. But yeah, little price to pay, but that's okay. The game is still pretty cool. Like I said, I look forward to seeing more of this game and what it's going to bring. It is just a chill game, even for somebody who's not much into cozy or crafting style games. This would be great, really, like I said, for anybody who's just wants something to chill after work or take it with you, or maybe you just kind of want to maybe change your style of games. Maybe something you're playing AAA titles and fast paced, you just kind of want to take it back a little bit. It's a really cool little game. Also, too, if you are Xbox Game Pass, currently this game is on Xbox Game Pass. So if you have it, take a look at it and see if it's still available for you, depending on when you see in this video. But yeah, it is still a pretty cool, unique little game. I've been waiting for this game to come out for quite some time because I've been eyeing it on Steam. But yeah, I had Game Pass, so I figured, oh, cool, it showed up on Game Pass. Let me go ahead and grab it and see what it's all about and kind of play this as I go. But yeah, overall, again, if you are at this point and you want to support the channel and myself here, I highly appreciate it. Hit that sub button. Thank you so much for continue watching this. And as I kind of play a little bit more of this game now, as I noticed too, when you are playing and getting the game here, or getting more into the game here, you are going to get resources, or more resources. Obviously, as you see here, you can start really researching and unlocking certain tiers. You're going to be getting, like like you see here, like the furnace, the maps, furniture, decor, and other additional items, obviously to progress into the game here itself. A side note here too, when you do build a furnace, which I recommend because it's going to help you get like bricks or glass, make sure you get a lot of wood, and then that's how you're going to make your stuff like clay or the sand, and that's how you're going to like make glass and certain particular materials like bricks and certain things like that too. So it doesn't really say much to it, but it's cool at the same time. It makes you think and how to actually use your resources to get to this or unlock certain things that you're going to need to progress into the game. Now, the game does also have the environmental, where it does go from day to night, and it does rain, as I showed earlier in the game here too. But this is what I was mentioning too here earlier, that I was building my campsite here, or like getting some light, and I was using a campfire here, and I got a candle. I'm just trying to craft and build everything to see if maybe unlocks and so, or certain items too. But yeah, so when I was doing that, I put my candle on my workbench here, and I couldn't move it, and maybe I was doing something wrong. But yeah, I hope that's something you can do in another patch, maybe that you can move certain items if you place it. Maybe I was just doing something wrong again, but nonetheless, still pretty cool. Get a lot of cool items that you can craft and so forth. But the materials do come up pretty easy. It's not like super hard to like find the materials once you know how to make them, or find them and stuff like that. But like I said earlier too, starting out in the first game, progression here, definitely be chopping down a lot of trees, replanting the trees, gather up a bunch of wood, and yeah, you're going to pretty much be doing that for quite some time here. But that's fine. Just, first start off in the game, you know what I mean? But yeah, overall, again, yeah, thank you guys for checking out this video, hanging in here with me as long. Hope this kind of gives you an insight of what this game is going to be like, or what it's gonna, kind of entail for you, for anybody that looking to play cozy games, simulator games, building, crafting, all that kind of fun stuff here. So, but yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching to this video. Until next time, again, hit that sub button. I appreciate you. Until then, I'll see you guys around. Enjoy this game, and also let me know again in comments any kind of games you'd like to recommend for Switch or PC. Doesn't matter. Let me know in the comments. Guys, take care. Until next video. See you around.